So that was my attitude about Calamity. I was studying several women at the time for whom the myths that they had that capacity to inspire myths.
Yes.
And in these myths, I was finding more truth than in libraries.
It's a wonderful quote.
I loved that. I found that they showed aspiration, we would say now. They showed our hunger for, when the Virgin Mary is made of Diana and Venus combining the archetypes, that's fabulous. You've got a virgin who is all loving and a mother. That's what everybody wants women to be, as far as I can tell. So I was looking for that kind of different projection.
There are thousands of Sioux in this valley. I'm not afraid of them. They think I'm a crazy woman and never molest me. July 1880. Colson. I want to be able to act like a white person when I do visit you. Everybody thinks I can neither read or write, even my name, so I just let them think so. It is better so, I find it. Your grandpa and grandma were educated, even if I was not, and it wasn't their fault I ran off the first chance I got. You see, your grandpa was a preacher. He was like Preacher Smith. He thought he could fight the whole Indian nation with a Bible. I'm not afraid to face them as long as I have 2 guns under my belt, but I'd sure as hell hate to face them with a Bible under my arm instead. You will understand all this someday. Good night, Janie.
Delphine?
And you are still at foot?
Yes. Nice to know you, Delphine.
Nice.
Won't you please come in, Delphine?
Thank you.
I think I might even have a swimsuit for you. So, you're an actress in Paris, huh? And you want to play Calamity Jane? Well, I think that's neat.
What do you think of Calamity Jane, you personally?
Well, I think she's just like most authors have written about her, that she was what I would call the first woman lib. She did things in those days that only men were supposed to do. She went into bars and she smoked cigars, and she was a bullwhacker and drove stagecoaches and did all of these things that women just didn't do in those days. And so naturally she was, I suppose she really did play the part of a madam at different times, but still she had a heart like gold, and took care of the sick and did everything like that,
Do you think that her journal is authentic?
Yes, I do. I really do. A lot of people don't.
After I read the diary, I had only one thought all the time, was there a daughter of Calamity Jane, and did she ever get the diary, or did she never read Calamity's letters to her? What happened? And I was amazed that the people who published the book didn't say a word about that, and it was, to me, something I had to find out. And in fact, that's why I made the whole trip to America and to Billings in Montana, was to find out what happened.
There distinctly was a daughter, and I met her and knew her. As a matter of fact, my husband and I paid for her burial even here in Billings, and she out at the cemetery.
Dear Janie, how beautiful Richmond is. How I wish I could stay here forever. Well, I saw you tonight, and you saw me too, but you do not know that the woman you watched standing and shooting on a bareback horse was your mother. I saw admiration and wonder in your eyes. I rode as close as I dared to you and Jim, and after the show, he told me how proud he was of you. He surely dresses you mighty swell. I am so glad. And to think his boat sails the same date as the one chartered by Bill Cody, and I can go on the Madagascar with you. I would crawl on my knees just to be near you. Some people think the world owes them a living, but it does not owe anyone a living. Never has and never will. I am planning on taking up a homestead west of Billings, up Canyon Creek. My horse, Satan, is dead. I had him buried up in the hills near Deadwood. He was so old, too. Nothing ailed him except old age. I am driving a stagecoach these days. Some mighty awful experiences I've had since I started this kind of work. Reverend Sipes and Teddy Blue Abbott got me the job. They seemed to think it was better than a saloon hostess. You see, your mother works for a living. One day I have chicken to eat, and the next day feathers.
And did she tell you about what she would have wanted to do in life?
Well, I think mostly write.
She
She wanted to write. She liked to express herself.
Ce qui me touche dans ces lettres, écrites sporadiquement tout au long de quelques années d'une vie, c'est qu'à travers elles, on découvre toute une vie. Le récit détaillé de banalités, la relation de faits et de gestes du quotidien, n'amoindrissent pas le propos mais l'enrichissent. Ne garder que quelques faits saillants enlèvera ces documents leur côté témoignage vécu. La vie est faite de ces faits et gestes, et faite surtout de faits et gestes insignifiants. C'est ce que ces lettres racontent aussi. Quoi de plus ridicule, en effet, que de n'avoir écrit au cours de toute une vie que ces quelques lettres à une fille lointaine, et de les avoir remplies de trivialités. Mais voilà, c'était ça ma vie. Testament touchant, témoignage émouvant d'un destin très étrange et unique et quotidien à la fois. Moins qu'une confession, c'est un geste d'amour à une personne proche et lointaine, la fille de Calamity Jane. Calamité totalisait le génie des deux sexes. Elle ne se posait même pas la question de savoir s'il y avait des rôles. Elle avait un caractère et une philosophie qui ne tenaient compte ni du masculin ni du féminin. Elle utilisait à fond toutes ses capacités physiques, intellectuelles et affectives en rejetant des critères millénaires et patriarcaux qui nous atrophient. Elle n'est pas atrophiée. Elle s'autorisait les larmes et les armes, l'amour unique et la liberté sexuelle, l'individualisme farouche et les responsabilités, le goût du risque et la prudence, le jeu social et la solitude.